What's up, guys? Grady here with Grady's Gear, and today I got something really cool to share with you guys. Got a pretty cool knife. I posted this knife on my Instagram yesterday or the day before and did a little quick video and asked if anybody want to see a video on this, and of course everybody was like, yeah, of course I want to see a video on that. So here we are, and today we're going to be talking about my Microtech Ultratech Bounty Hunter. Now this knife was definitely a grail for me for a long time. It was something I lusted after. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I wanted this knife for a long time, guys. I finally picked one up last year around August, and man, I've been enjoying it ever since I got it. It is one of my most carried knives in my collection, and yes, I do carry this. And man, I tell you what, there's just something about an out the front automatic that really gets my blood pumping. This thing is super sweet. So let's start with the packaging, what you get. We're going to talk a little bit about the company and the differences between the Signature Series and a production Microtech. So let's get into it real quick, okay? All right, so for the packaging, they do come in the Signature Series box. It's a little bit different than a regular Microtech box. You know, the Microtech typically have like the red logo with the Talon logo on there, but this does say Signature Series on there. When you open it up, you do get, you know, the register your product for their warranty. In here, we get user manual, warranty information, all that good kind of stuff. If you guys want to, you can pause the video and check this out if you want. Pretty cool information in there. And then you get a little baggie with your knife. Pretty basic packaging, but I like it a lot. Very cool. And like I said, this is part of Microtech Signature Series, which is a little bit different than their production. So these are going to cost a little bit more than a standard, you know, Ultratech. Ultratechs typically run about $260, $280 for just a regular Ultratech. This guy right here cost me $325 at PVK Vegas. Awesome company, super fast shipping. Can't recommend them enough. So what do you get for your extra $45? What's the difference between the Signature Series and a regular Ultratech? Well, the first thing I want to talk about is you see that there's no Microtech markings right here. You don't see the Talon logo right there like you typically would on a Microtech. When you open the blade is sterile. You see that black fuller right there? It's really nice. But there is nothing, no markings. Typically on a Microtech, it'll say Microtech Knives, their logo right here on the blade. This is completely sterile, and on the other side, there's not even a blade steel on this thing. I do know that this is using the CTS 204P steel, which is like a mixture, I guess, of M390 and 20CV. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but from my understanding, it's just US's version of M390, which is my current favorite steel. Holds an edge for a really long time, highly corrosion resistance, and it's just awesome. All around great steel. Takes a really good edge. And as you can see on the blade here, it does come with the apocalyptic blade finish, which is like a bead blast. If I can get my camera to focus, which is like a bead blast that's been heavily stonewashed. So what else do you get besides the no markings or anything like that? Well, you get this custom finish on here, which you're not going to see this colorway on any other Microtech. This particular green with the red accents and a little bit of yellow, you're not going to get that. It does come battle worn, this really heavy distressed look. And I will say on the finish on this guy is a little bit different than your standard Microtech. Standard Microtech has kind of a matte finish to it. It's kind of got a little tactile feel to it on the aluminum. This is really smooth. Like it's been in and out of the pocket a ton. So that's different. As you can see, it's got stressed right there on the switch. You also have this little jetpack engraving on the back, which you're not going to see, which this is just like Boba Fett's jetpack on his back. So that's pretty cool. If you look here, you got the Mythosaur logo, which is really rad. You see my serial number. It does say BH right there for Bounty Hunter, with the apocalyptic blade finish on the clip as well. And everything's distressed down to the glass breaker, that little bit of yellow. And the cool thing about this is that none of these are going to look the same. Somebody else's Bounty Hunter is going to be looking different than mine. Different finishes, as you can see right here. This is really worn right here where the switch is. I really like that. This one's been worn a ton, and that's how it came. So I've really been digging on this. Obviously, automatics ain't legal in every state or city that you're in. They are legal where I'm at, so I take advantage of that. I just really like the Ultratech for its size, how it fits, and it being something Star Wars related. You know, it's not often, guys, that two passions get rolled into one. So when I seen this, and I believe these came out in 2016, and when I first seen them, they did a whole Star Wars run. They did the Bounty Hunter, of course, which was the most popular, but they also did a Stormtrooper one, the solid white with the black accents. They did, I believe, the lightsaber models, which they had DLC coated blades, and they are all looking like lightsabers. They had a blue, green, and a red one. The blue one was called the Jedi Knight. The red one was called the Sith Lord, and the green one was called the Jedi Master. And they also did a UTX 85, which was like a little notch to Yoda there for having a small lightsaber, which I thought was really cool. They only released them that year, but this was so popular that it was backed by popular demand. So they only do these in small batches throughout the year. They drop them in really small runs, the retailers get them, and they sell out immediately. So if you see one and you want one, definitely need to jump on it soon, because it will be gone. It could be gone the very next. I know when I got this, that when I went back onto the site the very next day to check to see if they had them in stock, they were out. So I must have got the last one. And they've done the Bounty Hunter in a few different models now. They've done it obviously in the Ultratech, which you can get, if I can get my camera to focus, there we go, which you can get in a fully serrated, a plain edge like what I have, or a combo edge. But they also got the Combat Troodon. They got the Combat Troodon with a Hellhound blade. They got the Ultratech with a Hellhound blade. They just came out last year with the UTX 85 Bounty Hunter and the Exoset Bounty Hunter. So you do have some options if the Ultratech isn't your jam. But the Ultratech is my current favorite model that Microtech puts out. I do have two UTX 85s, and I am interested in the Bounty Hunter and the UTX 85. I think to have both of those would be really rad. I'm also interested in the Exoset. I just think it looks really cool. This just fits my style. Adds a little flair. And something I wanted to touch upon real quick. You know, I had this conversation with Big Red EDC earlier. You know, when you want a knife really bad and you lust after it for so long. I wanted this knife for 4 years before I bought one. You lust after it for so long, you finally get enough money to buy it. And then once you count the days that it's in the mail, and then finally when you get it and you open up the box and you're so excited, but when you get it, it's just not quite what you expected. Hype versus reality kind of sits in. That is not the case with this guy. I am just as excited today as the day I got it, and every time I pull this out of my pocket to use it, I get a sense of enjoyment, and that's why I bought it, to give me that enjoyment every time I pull it out of my pocket. Such a fun knife to carry, definitely a conversation piece, and one of the coolest knives ever made, in my opinion. I just think it matches Boba Fett, and if you guys haven't watched The Mandalorian, I highly recommend that you do, because I think that's just going to make these knives even more popular than they already are. But all the little details, the black in the fuller right here, which is really nice. I love that detail to it. All the distress marks on here. Everything down to his little logo right here that's also distressed. You know, the Mythosaur logo. That's super cool. I love it. I love it. Just a really fun knife to carry. And I know some guys will buy this for a collector's piece, which is totally cool. It is a collector's piece. When this isn't in my pocket, it is on display. But I love to carry this thing. It's so much fun to carry. And that action, it's so much fun to play with. Sit there and annoy the crap out of my wife with this thing. But yeah, guys, this is just a quick little review over the Microtech Ultratech Bounty Hunter. I know this is a popular knife, but I just want to do my own little viewpoint on it. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more content. And you guys have an awesome evening. And I will see you in the next one.